After a brief schedule in September, the North Central men's tennis team returned this past February with a senior-laden team focused on repeating last year's triumphs. A first CCIW championship in 61 years, and first ever team qualification to the NCAA Division III men's tennis tournament.
We still have to be the hunters, we can't be the hunted, and I think we used that in the fall really well and springboarded trying to figure out what we're going to do with who and where and how. And I think we kind of used that as best we could at the end of the year.
Some pressure coming in from last season because we want to, be repeating champions of the conference again. So there's just a lot on the line, and I think we all kind of felt that, but at the same time, it motivated us as well, and we were pretty hyped to get back into it and start, seeing how our new freshmen are doing, our new transfers are doing. Just excited to be back with the team again.
As a senior, I think you have a lot of role for, leadership and teaching, showing all new people how the team works and our dynamics and stuff. So my purpose this year was to kind of have fun and give my legacy to the next generation.
In preparation for another run at a conference title, the Cardinals played a very difficult non-conference schedule, which included two different then number one ranked opponents. They may have not won those two particular matches, but those experiences helped sharpen them as a team for the difficult tests they would face in the postseason.
You get to see how they train, how they act, how they play, their composure, their game plan. You get to see all these things about the number one team, and that's something that I think we should admire, something we should take and learn from. It showed us that we need to be more intense, more energized than, in order just to get to those spots as well.
You schedule as hard as you can non-conference to make the conference as smooth sailing as it possibly can be, and you get to the conference tournament and anything can happen, and if you're fortunate enough to make it through, then it kind of helps yourself with seeding and things of that nature.
The CCIW men's tennis schedule largely went to plan for the Cardinals, who amassed a 6-1 record in which their only loss came by a single match. For their efforts, Suarez Balsera, Sengphommachanh, and Ramon Villarroel Martinez were all named to the All-CCIW teams. But after defeating Elmhurst and Wheaton in the first two rounds of the CCIW tournament, they fell by the narrowest of margins yet again, as Carthage claimed the title with a 5-4 victory.
I think we're pretty intense, it's pretty competitive, and I think the team chemistry is pretty good on practice and outside the court, and I think that's what helped us, form a little brotherhood and a good relationship on the court. And I think that propels us to trust each other more and just overall play better.
To put it as bluntly as possible, you're a handful of points, not games, you're a handful of points away from being top 35 in the country, or, maybe not even making it to the Saturday of the conference tournament. This is probably the deepest the conference has been in the last decade, and we kind of knew that coming in this year. It's really important that, our message, especially going into next year too, it's razor thin and you got to come every day, and I think that the group that we have next year is going to be beyond prepared for that.
Tennis, you got to be really disciplined in what you do, come in every day with whatever your best is, and keep working, keep grinding. That's how you get better. It's really good when you win together, but also, teaching them that losing is normal, it's okay, but the most important part is, losing together and feeling that somebody's supporting you if you lose or you win, whatever that might be.
However, the Cardinals would still be represented at the national tournament in Orlando. Villarroel Martinez became the first Cardinals men's player to qualify in singles for 12 years, posting a 17-5 record before falling in the first round of the tournament.
Really cool opportunity for him, really cool opportunity for our program. I know he's a bulldog. We kind of have an expression in our program. We talk about bulldogs and poodles in terms of how you look and how you act and what you do and what you're about. And he's been that all year. And, he went down and made the most of his opportunity. And I think it kind of hungers him a little bit to push for next year. And at the same time, I think it's going to make our team better too.
The majority of the Cardinals' leaders and experienced players aren't going anywhere, with the exception of Suarez Balsera, who recently graduated. Thus, a team that has collectively experienced both joy and heartbreak will carry the lessons of the last 2 years into what will be the final year for many of the players who have helped raise the team's goals and expectations.
It's 4 years, especially in my experience, since first day I've gotten along with a group of people, and I've gotten through these challenging 4 years with them. I'm just gonna miss a lot just being with them. I know the team's really fun, road trips, competitions. I know I'm gonna miss a lot, but the people is gonna be the most important for me.
They experience the highest of high and the lowest of lows literally 52 weeks apart from each other, and it stings, but I think at the same time, I think what's the most important aspect of it is you don't want to feel that way that you felt on April 29th again. You know, how personal do you want to make the summer? How personal do you want to make the fall? So that when you come back and it's go time in January, you know, it's showtime.
Even though we didn't win conference, I think we had a pretty good season in terms of accolades. We had one player qualify for nationals, and also I think just the fact that we lost the championship this year, it makes us hungrier. So next year we're for sure not going to take anything, you know, for granted. We're going to take everything serious because we don't want to be on the wrong side of things again.